When I was thinking back on 20 years, and Jeff Byam, who is our founder, doesn't live in Michigan anymore, and he didn't when I was hired, but he comes back sometimes in the summer. So I met with him that first summer. I started in the spring, and I'll never forget, because at that time we were just doing adult tutoring, just one-on-one tutoring, and he said, you know, don't forget about the children, because if those children don't get what they need because their parents are struggling, they're going to be the next ones we need to help.
There was an ad in the Chronicle that said it was looking for tutors, and I called and volunteered to tutor. And Jeff, I believe, answered the phone, and then he set up the training session, and I went, and he was our trainer. Then he said, do you think we should make this happen? And I was like, yes, we should. This should happen.
Well, that's how I got started as well. My husband and I were new to the community, and I saw that ad as well.
Yeah,
and Steve and I both went through the training. Jeff was the trainer.
Yep.
We became tutors.
Yep.
And then not too long after that, I ended up on the board. I don't think we had a big vision at the very beginning except to keep it going.
Yes.
And figure out how to keep it going. That was the vision.
Yeah. Yep.
And I do remember in one of those visioning sessions, it was, so what's your wildest dream kind of thing. And our wildest dream was to have a family literacy center in the center of the city.
Yep.
Remember that?
And that's what's happening.
And look where we are.
Yeah.
When I joined the board, I'll never forget, we were sharing space with the district library on an airline road. So to see where we started from to where we are now is pretty amazing.
We found our first, what felt like, Read Muskegon home in downtown Muskegon Heights. And have been there for several years now. And the space has served us well. But the organization is still growing, and that space no longer fits us. And it's time to have, you know, a place we can really call home. And that's what makes me so excited about this space, right? Like, even walking in, it just feels like, wow, I can see what it's gonna be like afterwards. I can see the classrooms. I can see the offices. I can see the learning spaces for children. I can see the places for people to connect.
My entry to Read Muskegon, I had a nurse coming out to the house when I had my two littles, and she was getting ready to wrap up her visits, and she was like, is there anything that I can help you with? And I was like, I struggle with reading. And she brought me this little card to Read Muskegon, and I called the number, and the rest was history. All the things that you imparted in me, taking that time out and learning different things, and I was able to share with my children, and because of that, I was picking up things with them, and I was able to get them a tutor, and they're flourishing, and my son graduated.
I think that, you know, we always say reading is power, that literacy is power. And once you teach someone to read and comprehend what they're reading, nobody can take that away, right? You take that with you for the rest of your life. And part of our mission, along with teaching someone to read at Read Muskegon, is helping them see all the things that they can do with that and all the doors that open up.
One opportunity that we have that we offered you that you took up on is assisting in the family programs. So I hope more families and parents in particular feel welcome at Read Muskegon, right? And feel like they can also give that kind of feedback and participate in that way.
My hope for the parents is to get involved, get really involved in the kids' learning, they growth, any programs that they think they can help their child, get involved.
I want to do a lot of things, you know, to help Read Muskegon to build this stuff up. I wanted to build up. I wanted to come on up and just nothing but Read Muskegon, because they really help you here.
I'm just so proud, you know, you don't run into a lot of people that this was all volunteer work. You didn't get paid for any of this, and to be able to spend that time to impart in me, I really appreciate that, and I was able to give to my children.
That's the thing, you said I didn't get paid. I did get paid in the richness that you brought to my life, and you know, and your children, and knowing about your children ever since we started working together.
I think about people like Benny.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, you know, for somebody who, you know, he said recently, I bet you I'm the lowest person you ever started with, like the lowest level reader. It feels really good to do the right things for him, you know, to help him learn, to help him take control of the rest of his life.
So I couldn't read, I couldn't write, I couldn't do.
You didn't even know your alphabet yet.
Yeah, I didn't know my ABCs good. And I got with Read Muskegon, it got so good, and got with Win. She really brought it out. Then it made my life better.
They welcome you here. I think that was the feeling that in the beginning you weren't sure when you see some organizations that offer help but don't always understand to listen to the person they're helping to learn what that person really needs.
Yeah, right.
I felt all through this that we had support of the community. We just needed to figure it out, and it's such a relief to see that you're still here and
so
bigger and better.
To keep our central headquarters location here in Muskegon Heights, I think was a super important decision.
We're going to be bringing people to downtown Muskegon Heights where there will hopefully be more retail growth and other things to do, you know, while they're here. So I really think this is going to be a game changer for the community.
It's such important work that we're doing, and it's so crucial for the growth of our city, of our county, of the individuals, the residents here.
Think about the people who show up and say, man, if it wasn't for this organization, where would I be? And that's what this is all about, right? Like, I don't know if Jeff knew when he started this organization the impact that it would have on Muskegon County, but man, are we grateful. This space we find ourselves in will be a transformational space. It'll be a space where people walk in one way and leave better. And that's what it's all about.
To date, thousands of adults and children have gained critical reading, writing, and English skills. Families have been strengthened by shared literacy practices, and incarcerated individuals have been offered pathways toward literacy and rehabilitation. Today, we stand not just as a cornerstone of literacy support across Muskegon County, but for 20 years, we have been a catalyst for community transformation, where learners become leaders and families thrive for generations to come.